And we are live from Cambridge, Massachusetts, the capital city of the Internet. This is Dr. Jeffrey Lant, and I am sitting in our American office of Worldprofit at www.worldprofit.com. And it is Cambridge's the most boomingest city in the whole world. It's like being in Rome in the year and surrounded by Google, Amazon.com, all within walking distance of where I'm speaking to you. Or shall I say they are within walking distance of where I'm speaking to you. I'm right up from Harvard University where I did my graduate work. I'm joined today by Brian Armstrong from Shelburne, Ontario, Canada. And I know he doesn't know where the name Shelburne came from, but he was an 18th century British politician, Marquis of Shelburne. He was a Whig in those days, and those are the people that wanted to curtail the power of the crown. God and Brian Armstrong looked like a revolutionary to me. Brian, do you want to say anything to the folks as we get started today?
To our show here, and please pay attention to what Dr. Lant is saying. He speaks from the heart, and he speaks the truth.
What he means is that I'm going to wallop you folks, and so get used to it. Get yourself a little iodine and a couple of batteries, and a small thimbleful of brandy. Now and again would become amiss. We are today going to be talking about several things. First of all, I'm going to hopefully elevate some folks into the ARC. Some of you folks out there who are from countries where the currency is worthless, pay close attention because we are going to show you how to get paid off in U.S. dollars, going up steadily against the euro, for example, against the Canadian dollar. Still, if you get the pound in England, but everything changes in the fullness of time. We're going to show you how to get your hands on dollars. Anybody in this audience want their hands on U.S. dollar? I was singing a song today. So I came up with the Andrews' song about rum and cola. Working for the Yankee dollar. You remember the Andrews sisters? They were a big group in World War II. They wrote this song called Rum and Cola, which come up with a punchline, work for the Yankee dollar. And that's, folks, the strongest currency in the world, over the longest period of time, no less. So we have our faults and bemusements, but we pay off. And I want to say something about World Profit. Remember, I'm going to ask Brian to read the Special Outreach Declaration so that you all get a sense of who we are and what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is bolster your income. That is our goal. If you are over 50, you're going to need to bolster your income because you've got retirement coming up. I hope jump, and you're going to need to be prepared. If you are over 50 and you haven't got the parameters of your Social Security, your pension plan worked out, you have a big problem. You're not going to like being old and poor. I can guarantee you. Do we have any folks in the audience today from any country on earth over 50? Anyone want to admit it? Over 50, either members or associates. You're not going to. They're all going to lie and say they're all 60 young. Patrice is always. This is why I love Patrice. She always tells the truth. Anybody else want to admit the over 50? If you're looking in the window and we have over 100 people that are, if you're over 50 and you don't have a pension plan, we're talking to you. You're not going to like getting old. Getting old is its own set of problems. But getting old when you're poor is really just plain stupid and unnecessary. Brian, you have a comment on that?
Yeah, absolutely, because I just retired recently myself. And if I didn't have this company behind me, I'd be doing it for extra money. It's perfect for everybody, especially getting paid in U.S. dollars. When our Canadians are so low, it really makes a big difference.
Absolutely. So, folks, and I know you like to all think you're pretending you're 19 years old. Get it over. This is not Fantasyland. We are not in the middle of some sort of duality program. If you're over 50, this program is for you. We can set it up so that you will get paid in U.S. dollars and augment your pension fund so that when you get to be 65, 70 years old, you are living the way you want. So many people, Brian, don't do that, and it really leaves a sour taste in their mouth for the end of their life. We have Barracuda, that isn't your name, but we'll just call you Mr. Fish. Barracuda, you will need to come down and watch our video, and then we'll talk to you like a human being. Barracuda, we need a real name, real name. Okay, so first group that we're going to be talking today is the senior citizens. Second group are the future millionaires. If, and again, it's all dependent on time. If you want to be, anybody in this room want to be a millionaire? What you got to do when you're thinking about becoming a millionaire, you got to look at how much time you've given yourself. If you're 63 years old and you expect to be a millionaire by 70, good luck, chillin', it's not going to happen. But if you're 29 and you follow some simple directions to grow all the way, you're going to be rich, quite rich, or even multi-millionaire is distinctly possible, if and only if you follow directions. What do you think about that, Brian? When did you start getting interested in compound interest, growing money, and having multiple income streams?
I was seriously, when I was about 50 years old, because then I could see retirement coming down the road. I'm thinking, what am I going to can even give you nothing. So you need the extra income just to be able to do what you want to do and live properly. So this is a place for that. That's for sure.
So let's talk about that. How many of you are going to like being poor and old and probably have some health problems? As my doctor, Dr. Zorn, I said, men fall apart after 50, women fall apart after 35. And he then has this magnificent statutes from the insurance companies that they give him about it. Small, we have the screws and the screws. The plain fact of the matter is, most of you are like an ostrich with your head in the sand, hoping that retirement doesn't strike you. I got news for you. The alternative is that you're dead. You've got two things going on here. You've got track one, you're alive and broke. You've got track two, you're dead, which doesn't matter. How many of you are beginning to think seriously about retirement? How many of you are beginning to think seriously about what it takes to make it work? And how Worldprofit can factor in? Worldprofit ease your transition to retirement and make it I'm not going to say it's easy. Retirement is never easy for anyone because it reverses the trend of a lifetime. For all your life, you've been working, and all of a sudden you get to be certain age, they say, don't work, smell the roses. One day I'm working, and the next I'm smelling roses. This doesn't compete for me. I started developing a life plan when I was 27 years old. And I've augmented it all the way through paper, quite a lot of paper, as a matter of fact. And with the assumptions that I made, and I'm so happy, Worldprofit is part of my multiple streams, and should be for every one of you. How many of you have meaningful, now don't tell me if you get 5 cents a month, that's not meaningful. How many of you have meaningful multiple income streams in this room? Have one? How many of you are trying to rely on one? If you try to rely on one income stream, say so. If you've got meaningful multiple income streams, say so. So we get a sense of who we're dealing with. And if you sit there and you're not participating, you're making a huge error. You can put your head in the sand all you want. You're going to get old. You're going to have some health problems. And if you're not smart, you're going to be broke. And then you're going to say you're going to be 75 years old. I was going to listen to Dr. Lant. Even though he was an arrogant SOB, he fit well. Yes, we know about the arrogant SOB, but we've been hearing that for 68 years. Can't you come up with a new insult? What about it? See, now, Brian, here's our problem. We don't have anyone responding. We don't have Uri and Barracuda and the 124 people who are out there who need us. They don't understand about money, how money grows, how to protect it, how to maintain it, how to augment it. And unless you know something about all those things, you're fried. Now, I have a funny story to tell you. Yes,
you're absolutely right. Because what happened with me was last March 2018, the company I worked for just closed their doors. And I was 63 years going to hire me. That's a hard thing to get someone to give you a job at that age. Especially if you want to live that before. So,
especially if you have imperfect health.
Ways to make money.
Is anyone in this audience that I can help with the concept? I'm the invention of the phrase multiple income streams. I didn't, there's a fellow named Mr. Allen, who writes Book of the State, who credits me with the development of that phrase. And it may be true. I've invented a lot of phrases through my writing. I've written 19 books after all, and tons of articles. It's conceivable. But the important thing is, how many of you have a meaningful, either one, I'm talking about beyond your core income, how many, at least one meaningful multiple income streams? Anybody? Or are you all trying to get by with one? And if I would like to know, now I'm not trying to tease you or anything, but I'm getting worried. How many of you have one income stream and one income stream only? Maybe Social Security, maybe it's from your pension plan, whatever. How many of you have at least one? Anybody? If you don't respond to that, I know that you're bogus. I'm going to take the hose to you all. Jeremiah, I know you guys well enough that I could probably tell you whether you have these things. I prefer them in intelligence yourself. How many of you have multiple income streams that have one good income stream? Let me try that question again. How many of you are trying to live on one income stream? Let's go back. Yes. How many of you are trying to live on one income stream? Anybody? You know what? When you go to your insurance company, you behave like this. They're going to say, "Get out of here, you zombie!" You know, when you have financial advisors, they ask you these kinds of questions. And on the 16th of February, every year, my bank trustee, takes me out to lunch. A very lavish, I think, probably on my own money, although he's managed to trick me into believing he comes from the bank. And last year, he looked at me and he said, and he's a very fast eater too, which I don't like. I said, "David, slow down for God's sakes, man, you'll have an attack right into the restaurant over here." He said, he looks at me in his very intent way. He said, "Dr. Lant, I'm studying you." Well, now that's not the first time I've heard that. He says, "And I've now figured you out. You're essentially a simple man who needs large infusions of cash at their levels." I said, "David, you must be a poet." That's exactly true. A simple man who needs large infusions of cash at irregular intervals. That summed me up right to a T. I had to give him a big hug for that because he was so... How many of you have a financial representative? I'm going to go right back to the core. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking about God's involvement with your financial planning. How many of you have a financial planner? Could be an accountant to help with your taxes. It could be someone to handle your stock portfolio. See, the answers are, here we go. William Buck joins the first here. Good. How many of you are expecting to handle your money with no professional help? Now here's how, let me tell you how I think. I think I get my website up, I do my promotions every day, my checks go up, and I take a percentage, like half, and I invest it. Like it's like a holy relic. I'm going to put that money away. Are any of you doing this? I'm getting worried, Brian. I think they're either dead, or they're afraid to say anything, or they're weeping in their beer because they don't have anything. They don't have a financial planner, they don't have the money to invest, they're not doing the promotions to make money. The reason to do promotions every day is to make money. It's not to find a thing to do. You know, if I wanted something to do, I could go in the park and play frisbee with their underguts. I'd be pulverized, I'd be muddy, but at least I could do it. I'm getting worried, Brian. I'm really seriously. Robert Wesley Norman, are you up? Put away the first thing. You know, Patrice is so right. Wesley Moore, tell me, you have a financial, right? Rude brother. How old are you anyway? I forgot. How old are you these days? 54. I don't mean to be speaking something about that. What kind of financial planning are you doing for your old age? It's just coming next Thursday. Boy, you know, you read these things in the paper about the statistics about how people are ready for Social Security retirement, and my God, then I walk in the room, here it is, living color. No planning, just work. You're kidding, of course. You surely have a financial advisor of some kind. All right, let's leave that because I can see that all of you guys are so ill prepared. Listen, if you don't get some money, I'm not ever coming to your house for dinner because I demand a good-sized steak and good china and the whole bit. If you don't have these things because you're careless, I'm not coming to your house. That's fair. Brian, goal of having a website is either current income or the development of capital. Those are your two reasons for having it. It's not because we have nothing better to do. It's current income covering your present expenses. That's legitimate, but it doesn't get you anywhere in the long run. It gets you through the short run, but you don't build long-term capital. You build long-term, as Patricia knows, by putting away a certain amount of money every month that you have made from the internet. Let's say, for the hell of it, $1,000 a month. You should be putting away at least $150 a month into some sort of plan. At least 15%. That is really, in my view, inadequate. I believe in 25%. So I'm going to tell you 15%. You will be lucky if you get to there, but the real number should be 25%. Anybody agree with me? Anybody on that track?
Yes.
I'm
I will pay myself first.
Pay yourself first. Put your money first in your retirement account. I must be my own provider. I'm doing what you're saying. But Robert, with all due respect, and I'm sure you're a brilliant fellow, not least, by the way, I got a call from Robert Wesley Norman last night. He has designed a special birthday present for me, some kind of a specialized website, and he asked my permission to use some snappies on it. Well, listen, and he built this thing up to the skies. He's got this special birthday present for me coming. We're all fascinated. It's kind of like opening up the inside of a sphinx to see what's in the Pharaoh's tomb. Okay, but William Buck is a lot of it. Don't be your own planner. As my father used to say, a man who has himself as a physician is a fool for a doctor. You should know what your portfolio is doing, but you should never be your own planner. You don't have the perspective that professionals at the table. They're going to cost. It's going to cost you for a trust fund. They will essentially levy equal to 1% of your gross assets within the bank's, what do I want to say, trustee department. 1% of what you've got is essentially going to go for payment of fees. Now you're going to say, as I said initially, 1%? What the hell do they do? I begin to look at the monthly statements and I see my portfolio growing, but that's what they do. If essentially they want access to 1%, they can raise the stock value of that, and in the process you make more money too. Okay, so Robert Wesley, have I made a persuasive case, or are you going to be the same curmudgeon that you always are? By the way, Brian and you are running for curmudgeon of the year, and I make my final decision February 16th. Does that make sense? Patrice, since you're the only sensible person here, you and I are the only two sensible person here, what do you want these people? Why are you so strict in your discipline about putting aside so much money every month? Do you take your Worldprofit money and take the percentage, which should be 25%, and we know it's not going to get to there, you're not going to make it 50%. Are you religious about that? Do you follow those steps to fairly well every month? Yes, I know, Robert, but Robert, you're not listening to what I'm saying. So many heads, sorry. Tree says that, and otherwise I just see exactly. You fritter it away. You should have your money deposited automatically out of your bank account so you never put your paws on it. So here's where I am. We at Worldprofit are in a position, and already doing this, to help tens of thousands of people all over the world get out of the jail every day to get a few bucks. That's the surefire formula for crashing. Brian, did you feel that you were chasing your tail trying to make bucks to get by?
Of course. Absolutely.
And what you decided? What finally got you to change your position?
What? Well, because I was getting older, and I'm looking at my retirement now and saying, what am I going to do if I don't have something feasible to make me some money? So
have you connected the dots between daily promotions at Worldprofit and the money you need to keep your comfort level up? Have you made the connection between those two things?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else made the connection? Remember, there are two principal reasons for having a Worldprofit account. And it's not to do work. I am like Maynard G. Krebs. I hate work. I like lounging around. I like going to auctions. I like schmoozing with the big guys. I like picking their brains. None of this you should make any money from. Your sole so-called old age should be for you. If that's, my father says, why don't you be like a normal man and go to the south of France and chase girls? My 90-year-old father says the little gems like that once in a while. Why don't you behave like a normal man and go to the south of France and chase girls? Now you're almost 70. Because I want to chase other things. World profit has been an asset. World profit is not has been. It is an asset. How? I was telling you what the two things are. Thing number one, current income. To cover your current expenses. How many of you would feel good about getting $500 a month? Openers, not forever, but for openers, that would cover your home mortgage, maybe your car payment, maybe a few groceries along the way. In other words, how many of you would feel you had $500 a month extra? Anybody? Brian?
Absolutely.
Robert? Mr. William Buck? My bank used to have a sign in the window that said, there's still no feeling like money in the bank. And I absolutely agree with that. You feel rich when you know that you have $500 in your account. You feel poor when you have nothing. Ben said that poverty starts with $1 below the money you have. And affluence begins when you have $1 beyond your core expenses. In other words, it starts with small amounts of money. How many of you after today will try to think about it and view your financial position to say, what am I doing with my income from World Profit? And if you're squandering it on Tootsie Rolls, I would urge you to think again. World Profit is a fiduciary. We're not just about trading. We are about money. We are a fiduciary institution, and I like to call us an extra national fiduciary. Have you noticed that World Profit attracts people from the whole universe? Every country in the world ends up here. That's because we're extraterritorial. We're not just one nation, place, kind of like a spaceship. I think George planned this. I think George secretly in the backyard has been working on a rocket ship for the last 20 years, and he's ready to blast off with his silver. And George and I'm your very best friend, George. Remember when you're putting all the people into the space capsule. Next, how many of you are using a percentage, derived, may I remind you, from promotions, and putting it into a fund that will be allowed? See, in the United States, you're allowed to put a certain amount of money away, tax deferred, tax-free, tax deferred, which needs to be drawn out at age. Because I am now essentially about to be 68. I have essentially 2.5 years to go, and then I can plow into that money. Then my tax deferment will have been used by my age. So what you do is keep your money in a tax-deferred situation where no one touches it for as long as you can hold out. Again, these rules will differ. I don't know what the Canadian rules are. I'm much more from this. And I'm counting this country. Mongolia has it. That's what I'm trying to plan this time. Some of you are trying what is the way you're going to set up your life. And we want to bring in Grant and Derek and Ricardo and Barrington Smith. Folks, what we're talking about is money, and if you want more money and you want it paid out in U.S. dollars, Grant, Derek, Ricardo, and Barrington, tell us now, because we are going to change the direction of your life from getting by hand. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try as many times, Brian, as it takes to get a response from these lazy cats. How many of you are willing to rethink the propositions of about your internet site to either increase current income or increase the amount of money you save, put it in a tax-deferred account? Now, I want to say something else to you. No other company in the world is going to give you a lecture like this. There's a buy your Batmobile and get your fancy house with 3 bathrooms, and they give you the stuff that depreciates. I want to tell you something that I did several years. Several years ago, I decided one day. Well, it actually took a while for me to get the cojones to do this. I gave away all my furniture, all my dishes, all my plates, everything in the house. I gave it away to the execution committee for a reason. And the reason was so that I would be forced to buy higher quality that would appreciate. So I didn't buy from IKEA that depreciated the minute you got it out of the package. I went out and bought top quality English silver from the 18th century, which is appreciated. Ricardo Pedro Burgos from Chile. Hola muchacho. aquí nosotros hablamos solamente en inglés. So here we have Chile, which is a government that's always more or less in chaos. And the people there do not have pension plans. They get old and they die because they don't have good medical facilities either. Oh, by the way, having money entitles you to better policies and to a better health. So this is all ties together. Now, is anyone in this room going to go home after this program and try to rethink the bases of what your website is there? It's not there to show the flag. It's not there to give you something to do. It's not there because you have nothing better to do. It's there to make money. And as I've been saying, it's a true principle of money. Current income and long-term capital growth. What do you think, Brian? What do you think? Will today's lecture wake you up and get you going to thinking about how to augment your wealth?
Oh, absolutely. I've been thinking about this for some time now. Absolutely correct. But I will say this: I haven't had to use a credit card to pay for Christmas gifts or anything for the 8 years, because I've done it with the money I've been making on the internet. I have none. I don't even have a credit card anymore. Everything is cash.
I don't know if I want to open that window or not. That's what the kind of person says. I can't afford I can pay everything for cash. There are things you want to pay for cash. You do receipts at least, you get tax deduction, it's sputtering. What? You pay cash? John Kenneth Galbraith, famous Canadian economist who later became a member of the Truman administration, the JFK in India for the United States, said in the future there will only be one kind of person. I think he said two kinds of people who will have pay in cash. He said drug dealers and their clients. Those are the only people who pay in cash.
Well,
everybody else, his prediction was that everybody else would.
What I mean is I pay like through Interact, so I'm always getting a receipt for everything I use.
Okay, so you do get the tax deductions, right?
Absolutely.
Well, let me finish my story about giving everything to the exaction committee. I got the most whopping tax deduction that played out over the course of about 10 years. In other words, I used that deduction one way or another for over 10 years until it was finalized. And that was the beginning of my art slush fund. And then I made the famous announcement that I said the Social Security check, which I never believed I'd actually get. Now I get them. I was going to spend it on, I was going to turn it into an art slush fund. I'm probably the only person you will ever meet in your life who doesn't buy anything useful. It's just ornamental, historical, province, whatever it is. And I'm perfectly happy with it. I've never spent my Social Security check for anything remotely useful. And I intend to stay firm on that point of view. It's going to be beauty first, dog food later. That's later. We were talking with Hong from Shelburne, Ontario, Canada, who's one of our fine senior monitors, talking about the money that you guys are now really stupid about figuring out. Now here we have Hugo from Bolivia, and I want to tell you about the Bolivian situation because it's unique in the world. Bolivia, as some of you may know, is landlocked. It has no port, which is always defined. You get that closed-in feeling when you're there. And recently, the indigenous population of the Incas has taken over Bolivia for the first time in 500 years. It's now run by the people that were Spanish, by Pizarro. And the first thing that they did was they lowered the age of retirement. Now, every government on earth is thinking of ways to raise the retirement age by 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And Bolivia, they dropped it by 20 years. And when the minister was asked why he did, he said, we've been oppressed for 500 years. And so that just justifies stupidity of economics, but where do you get the money? Oh, he didn't worry about that. You're going to be retired, but there's no money, so you're going to get a pension. Now, where is the sense of that? Tell me. Explain that to me. I read in the paper, I thought, oh my God, this story is tailor-made for my wicked tongue. And we have Grant from the United States, and we have Ed from the United States, and we have J.E. Bailey and Keith Griffin. Hugo, who comes every day and does other things. Keith Griffin. Now, is there a single person in this room that wants to make money? I don't think there is. I think you guys are like kind of like economic states controlled by banks, and you don't even know it. Linda Elsie, I want to talk to you right now. Linda Elsie, do you have a pension fund? In other words, are you within or without my parameters here? If she says she's not putting her money away, I'm coming to her house tonight. I'm going to take away all her money out of her stock and I'm going to invest it for her. In pork bellies. Linda Elsie, are you there? I want to hear about you. See? Now, do you take now this is too personal to answer, but do you take a percentage of your Worldprofit money and invest it, or do you take a percentage of your Worldprofit money and cover current expenses? Are you covering current expenses, or are you investing for long term? That's a fair answer. That's a perfectly fair answer. You give me your income, you have the bucks. Linda, as you see today, these people are knuckleheads. I can't even get them to be interested in their own future. They're going to be, they're not going to be the most beautiful boy or girl on the block with 60. You're going to have all sorts of health problems. You jump up one day on the next day you're crippled. You're not going to have enough money to grow your investment. So, Linda, what can we say to these people? It's very harming to me. As usual, Linda Elsie manages to summarize her just saying in a few words. So good luck, folks. I agree. I have been preaching this doctrine, and I've been in marketing now for over 40 years, and I begin to meet the people that I had 40 years ago in my classes coming back, and now they're 60, and they have an invariable refrain: "We should have listened to you. You were an arrogant but you bet well." I didn't mean well. I don't mean well. I do things because it's the truth. Let's see what else Linda has. Then come to here, take control of your... Absolutely. Linda understands. When you come in here with us, you have the possibility of doing what Linda does. She has a 2-ply investment policy. She obviously spends some of her money on current income. It's necessary. Things cost money. But she would hope that she would spend more percentage on her long-term growth because she is not. No, we love her. She's not getting any younger. She's not a spring chicken anymore. She's about she and Linda and I are about the same age. So anybody going to share a perspective here on this? Grant, Keith, Hugo, Nunu, Ricardo, Wade. Anybody going to make any changes at all? I see, this is very sudden. I'm going to go with my head against this wall any minute now. See, the thing is, I do this stuff and it works. I'm sitting on a very large portfolio, which I started chunking into when I was in my 20s. And one of the things, I'm going to make you're going to salivate. Before the Great Recession, well before, I'm talking about the Reagan recession, not the Obama recession, I was buying what were called Kingdom of Sweden bonds from the Swedish government with a 21%. Now, as soon as the Swedish government could, they bought those bonds back. But over the 5 to 7 years, I was paid over 20% interest on bonds that were triple rated. What were you, your money, Mr. Armstrong? Wine and girls, I know. And own up. Yep, wine, women, and song. The song was part of money. When you sing about a purple dinosaur. All right, William Buck, you're at 35%. I'd say that's really admirable. If you can go 35%, do it. I was letting them off at 50% because I wasn't getting any reaction, and then I said 25 was better. 35, of course, is better. The more you submit to investment, the better off you are, particularly when you're investing in tax-deferred. Now, I didn't say tax-free. I said tax-deferred securities and bonds and whatever. And I want you to speak to us. Keith, I want you to speak to us. And Hugo, I want to find out if you're retired or not. He's probably 17 years old and retired. And he for 3 cents with nothing. And we got Wada. Oh, I'm sorry, Wade. Brian, I'm just shocked. My half of it, and you go, I'm going to stick with you to the end because I can't get up now, fall down and froth in the mirror. I can't believe these people are so cavalier about their future. Linda, doesn't this shock you? What you're seeing on the screen is complete lack of involvement in their own well-being. What is going to happen to them? I know they're going to knock on my door. When they do it, I'm going to trip you. I now feel compelled to tell you the Aesop's fable about the grasshopper and the ant. Do you know that fable, Brian?
Aesop's fable? I think so.
It goes like this. Every day, the ant got up early before sunlight and went out to the fields to harvest the grain or whatever it was, and dragging it back to its underground location. The one that Dick Cheney stayed at the undisclosed location. Anyway, the ants were there all summer. And the grasshopper was very chipper. Oh, no one was more popular than the grasshopper, who used to play the fiddle and didn't do any work and basically cadged money off of people. Well, that worked sort of for the summer, but then in the winter, the grasshopper began to get a little cold, and he saw that the ant was, putting mud in his place and making it winterizing his house. And the grasshopper tried to hit him up for a few bucks, and the ant's wife said, "Over my dead body, get out of here." So the grasshopper began to realize he had a problem. In fact, the ant who was working, a wife who was protecting him with the ant brain. And so then they had a blizzard, and the ant had a party that night. He had a harvest home party, and all his friends came, and they thought he'll toast him and he was in his element because he had all this extra food, and he was happy and warm. Who should knock on the door because the grasshopper looking like death? Now, I'm not going to finish the story because it has two different endings. Ending number one, the wife says, "Get out of here!" Hit with a broom, beats his head in. Number two, some liberal in the house let the grasshopper in to eat the food. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. You can imagine on your own. Brian, you've got a lot of grasshoppers in here, not so many ants.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I am an ant.
I am seeing that. And Keith, I see you're on the order form. Are you joining us? Or are you just sitting out? And Grant, you want to change your life? Start today. Donald?
Now, Brian, what we're going to do...
Change your life.
We have an offer to these folks. Now, we're going to make a spectacular offer. This is going to be an ant-approved offer. And all you peppers out there, go home now. We're not going to feed you. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to be nice to you. We're not going to share our winter clothes with you or our winter food. So get out, you lazy going so-and-so. And Brian is now going to make an offer for the ants in the audience.
You go. Okay, you say you finished watching our silver membership presentation. That's great. Then you already know the awesome offer we've got for you. If you order in the next, don't worry about the time, we'll give you a time at the end. You get 1,500 bonus video. You can e-blast any website. Offer to 9 of our subscribers every month. You get 500 landing pages, 1,500 real traffic sources. Also, our monitors, like myself and Dr. Lant, will start closing sales for you today without ever charging you anything. Finally, your commissions earnings are from 20 to 100%. We have so many income streams here to choose from. Next part. This is absolutely spectacular. A money machine. Now you can have your very own 50,000 product Amazon store on your site worth $397. You will be one of the first, the very first, anywhere in the world with this incredible feature. Moreover, we will train you in detail how to squeeze the most money from this store. This comes with our highest recommendation, and quite frankly, you'd be crazy not to grab it. Click on the bright red Order Now box, and the Amazon store is included bonus also includes 50 associates members placed under you immediately. And there's more. If you upgrade to silver, you also get the 500 landing pages, over 1,500 real traffic sources, sales closing 24 hours a day, over 100 training lessons, 50 members placed under you now, email blast to 90,000 per month, over 100,000 ad credits per month, free Facebook marketing courses on how to generate thousands of leads using Facebook marketing tactics. Remember, you can use these resources to generate leads and traffic for any business. And finally, upgrade to a silver membership now, and you could be on your way to earning constant income now. Your package includes leads, trusted advertising sources, a comprehensive online training program, plus sales closing assistance 24 hours a day. No other company offers you this. It's ironclad backing over 20 years in business. Upgrade to silver membership now to receive the bonus offer with all privileges and exclusive freebies.
Now, I want to build on this. I want this to be the day you look back on it and say, Lant and Brian Armstrong spoke the truth to me. Or I wish I had listened. And here we go. The music for the transformation of your life. It's the Superman theme. And now we're going to turn you each into super capitalists. If you will do the work, you will get the money. And if you do the money, you will live better and better. Is that true? That true, Mr. Brian Armstrong? It is true. So I'm speaking to Grant. I'm speaking to Doral and Keith and Brad Mallian and all the other people in the audience. This is the moment. In addition to everything that Brian Armstrong just promised you, I'm going to give you the first person only. One person gets 150 associates. The next person that says, I need the help, I need the guidance, I need the money, 150 associates. One person. And that person needs to click Quantito and it says, order now, option 1, the monthly option. There's no contract, no long-term commitment. But if you follow our guidelines, you make money. Remember, for current income and or for long-term capital. And don't even think of telling me you don't have the money. You find the money. You know, every person that tells me that little fib, about 5 minutes later, says, oh, you know, I was only funny with you, Dr. Lant. I didn't really mean to lie to you. Of course you did. And you did. Now, Keith, Rathmallah, Hugo, Wade, are you going to sit there like a turnip? It's okay with me. Mrs. Ant won't let you in the house. 150 for the first customers, for the first person that plus a free copy of my book, $30 of value at Amazon.com, net profits. Is anyone going to take this? Oh, just Wade is in, and Wade gets now. Let's have a little. We're going to have a high-flying little event here for Wade. And Wade, as soon as you, the next person that orders will get 100 associates. In other words, you will have blown 50 from your bad habits. Wade jumped up and got them. You didn't. Wade's going to be a fly higher around here. All right, ready? Everybody ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Everybody and your brother, I want you to click on this link and I want you to fly high. There's nothing money in the bank. There's still no feeling like money in the bank, according to the Cambridge Trust Company, and they are right. Here we go. Lindell, are you going to fly with me today? Patrice, you flying? Mr. Armstrong, you flying with me today?
I'm flying, baby. Yeah, I'm flying.
Hallelujah. Now, here we go. Who's next? Wade, hold tight for a little bit. We're going to take care of you. Who's next? And if all of you turn it down, it won't faze me one bit. I'll find the people who do want to fly high with me. And if you don't get out of that plane, I'm going to say, lucky out, lockdown again. Hugo from Bolivia. The lowest pension age in the whole world. No money in the pension, but you got a pension. There's just no money with it.
What are you doing? Are you ordering or no?
Wade, we're ready to give you some instructions. Are you ready for them? Wade, get yourself a pencil and a piece of paper. You are flying now. And I want to remind you all of what the people of KABC Radio, Los Angeles, the top show in the area, they said, Dr. Lant looks like Clark Kent, but when he opens his mouth, he's Superman. That didn't just happen, people. My father always said, there's a disconnect between the way you look, Jeffrey, and how you talk. It was a stitch. All right. Yes, you would, Keith. You'll get the whole ball of wax. And if you order right now, not only will you get all that, you'll get 50 associates. 50. Oh, I'm sorry. 100. You get 100. Next person. Wade Waltz on 150. You're going to get 150. You get 100. And the number's going to go down and down and down until you're going to get none. You damn ant. You damn grasshoppers.
When you order, after you order, because you'll remember, there's videos in there that explain every single thing we do here. Step by step by step.
Keith, I'm waiting to help you. We give you absolutely every required and get 100 associates. But if somebody clicks in under the wire, you get 50. The number is going down.
If people are real customers, if they purchase, you get the commission.
Anybody flying with me? Who's with me today? Keith is on the order form. Andre on the order form is clueless. He's probably living off his pension of 13 centavos. Pavel from Slovakia. Come on. Oh, yes. What do you mean we haven't explained? You get the Amazon.com store with 50,000 products. You get the eBay store. What's not to? What else do you need? We're giving it to you. We're giving you these. We're giving you the tuition. We're giving you the whole bed. What else do you need? Did you understand what I just said? You get it. You get 50,000 products in your Amazon store. We show you how to put it in. We set it up for you. We give you the promotional materials for you. We give you the training how to make it work for you. We give you everything. What part of everything are you not grasping? And friends, the next person... Yeah, he sells liverwurst sandwiches on his site.
Not anymore.
We are now ready. We are now ready for Hugo, and there, Keith. The problem is you've got numerous open windows here. You make it as hard on yourself as you can. We got Pavel. The Wade is already in. I'm waiting for Wade to tell me that he's got a piece of so that we can process Wade into this mainstream around here. Now, Keith Griffin, what have I not explained for you about that? If there's something that you don't understand, say so. But as far as explaining, I've told you. Okay, when the Anything Goes finishes in 10 minutes, this offer of mine will be dead. Everyone who's heard it will be swept off the site. We're not going to continue with those people who don't get it. Jacob is here with me. Excuse me, Mr. Wesley Norman. I've already talked to the boy. I told him to make it up with you. And as soon as he did, come in here with the order. And I have to say, I took great lengths. I've talked to this boy 2 or 3 times now. And if he doesn't understand me, well, that's tough. I even told him who built the LSU medical school that he went to. Governor Huey P. Long, the king.
I spoke to him too yesterday.
Okay, so we're not going to say anything more. He has an order today or he doesn't. If he doesn't place the order today, I don't want this hide around anymore. Okay? Young men should follow, should occasionally listen to their elders. Not all the time, but every once in a while, just to pour in the water. Still waiting for Betty. Keith, you've got 3 or 4 windows open. Mr. Norman, do you hear what I said? I'm not going to deviate from what I just said either.
Now, Keith, are you placing the order?
Nope,
Please
he's
give us
going to
an
lose
update.
it.
Time is
I
running
predict that Keith is going to lose the offer. He's going to Christian himself right out of it. Fighting with him, I don't be fighting around him. If he doesn't grasp the position, get rid of him. And send him to the store to buy his own cigarettes. Daddy, don't enable him anymore. And if you do, don't tell me because I forget. As you know, we've got 8 minutes in this space to save as many people as want to get in the ark. We're putting people in the ark right now, whatever country you're in, whatever its circumstances, whatever diseases, revolutions, incursions, we deal with it. I'm calling Paul from Slovenia. You're missing out, Paul. And Keith is going to leave the offer in 8 minutes. Keith will say to me, can I please have it? And my response is, no! And no one says no with more fervor than I unless it's a 2-year-old.
And Wade, are you still with us?
I have made the finest offer. If you don't take it, that's not my problem.
One smart person in the whole group took it.
And the offer will be Kaputski in 7 minutes. And for those of you who want to see me walking on my autobiography, I'm going to be at it tonight. I'm going to be telling stories that will make you laugh, that will make you cry, the great stories of my life. And maybe we'll bring Max out. Max is feeling very chuffed lately. His press is incredible. His buzz is astronomical. Wade, get that piece of paper and a pencil so we can give you your instructions, Wade. Keith, I'm about ready to throw you off the site. You ready to be thrown and be tossed? Can you fly? 6 minutes. I am looking for one person who wants money to cover current income or long-term capital growth. If that's you, you're not going to do any better than here. Come on, come on.
Come.
Jeremiah Johnson, are you here? Keith Griffin, you're blowing it. Pavel. And we've been joined by a Canadian named, well, he was there a minute ago. Maddox. Gotta watch those Canadians, they move fast. Robert Wesley Norman, if he doesn't order in the next 6 minutes, I'm not going to allow him to place an order. And you know me, I'm as stubborn as a mule. 2 mules.
Wait, do you have a pencil and paper handy?
And we're going to remove this offer at the top of the hour, and we will not make it again to the folks that are receiving it now. They get their shot, and that's what we're going to move on to a likely core of people who are more interested in making money than business.
Wade has his pencil and paper.
Wade, congratulations. Wade, you are now a demonstrated smart marketer. Take a bow. And remember, the Superman theme belongs to you now. And remember, I played it on the day you came to us. So, the first thing I want you to do is click on the yellow box that's underneath my picture. Underneath my picture, I'm wave. That's the CEO wave. Underneath me, there's a yellow box that says log out. Do you see that yellow box? Do you see the... Okay, now we'll log out and do the following things. Copy those documents. You got 2 letters coming to you. Read them. Save them. There are tax implications to your favor. And then I want you to extract your dealer number and back here, and we're going to start you on the road to making, if you win, you are... Who knows? Maybe you will be up here one day with us.
Yeah. You never know.
We're crazy like a fox here.
Neil to Sandy.
And Keith Griffin is going to blow it. He's got 3 minutes left. And Mr. Jacob Norman is going to blow it. He's got 3 minutes left. People, eat dirt. And I say that in charming and courteous of ways.
Especially Keith. He's been here 13 times. He doesn't get the value.
Nope. Keith will be the first person tossed off of here in 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes, and then out ski. Keith Griffin, since you're going to go down, I want to know why you haven't taken the offer. Because I want to know what a crazy person. What I told you was, Wade, click on the yellow box that's underneath my picture. See, Wade, executive wave. Underneath my executive wave, there's a yellow box that says log out. Do you see it? One step at a time. Did you see the yellow box? You do. Click on both letters, copy them out, print them, read them, put them in your text because there are implications, and then extract your ID number and come back to play with us. We're going to make it for you today.
Yeah, I think we should just get rid of Keith. He's not doing anything.
Oh, leave him alone. I will have some words. I will have some words over his hide. And then I shall enjoy watching him fly. Pablo, you haven't said a word and you're kicked out. We have 1 minute left. And a minute and a half. I'm a liberal. 1.5 minutes left. And then the first person to be kicked off will be Keith Griffith, who will have blown the best offer we made today, except for the one we gave to Wade. And it is now time for Anything Goes to stop. Okay, Brian, you can get rid of old Keith with no ceremony. You just get rid of him. He has missed the boat. And Keith, when you're next sitting in your home trying to figure out what to do, remember, we gave you a thing, you turned it down. And now you're going to reap the whirlwind.
Okay, and let me know, and then we'll let you log out of here.
Hey, Brian, any last thoughts for today? I want to bring up Ms. Patrice Porter now for a few thoughts. Patrice, ready to come speak to the folks?
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed the whole segment. Very good.
Glad to hear it.
I will go down and let Patrice come up.
Yes, Patrice needs a moment in the sunlight.
And good day, Dr. Lant, and all our members and guests there, and very good advice on today's program, and to keep us growing in our fortunes and online fortunes. And it's unfortunate for Keith that he didn't grab that extra associates, get himself off to a great start.
He was the grasshopper.
Yeah.
He came to the door,
when winter
and
comes,
Mrs. Ant beat him with the broom. Get out! Get out!
Winter comes, he'll have a harder time. And if anybody wants to catch the replays, it'll be up on our World Profit Tube at www.worldprofittube.com, and the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And you can check out my home business central at www.20waystoprofit.com. And also I use the tools and resources here at World Profit to help people to create abundance by gardening. And that's at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And with that, I'll say my adieus to the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. And I'll see you later on today. Good day for now.
That's Patrice Porter from Saskatchewan, Canada. A white rabbit who handles all the wires to make this program possible. The program, of course, was taped live and right here in the Profits Live Business Center. It's also going to be circulated all over the internet today, as every day. Tomorrow we'll gather again at 1 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Eastern. Hey, and I have two new goodies for my art collection, which arrived from New York today. They are gorgeous, and I will be showing them off a little bit later on this afternoon.